You know, y'all always talk about something really important, and I have no idea where it cut off. So, I hope that the point I was making, which is that God made this world perfect, and when it became flawed, that included nature. It was beautiful and awesome, but non-destructive, and now it is beautiful and awesome, but it is destructive. And He's going to fix it, but when He does, that's it. And until then, we live in a fallen world, and we have to deal with it. But the beautiful thing that comes out of it is that in the heartache of everything that we're seeing, we still see the love of God come through. And man, you see people who are willing to give up their life. They love someone enough they don't even know. And you say, well, how do you mean they love them? They're willing to give up their life to try to save them. Yeah. How do you explain that? Pretty amazing, actually. Okay, so I am going to, I'm not making light, y'all. I'm just trying to help us push through some of the tougher things when people say, what kind of God? The first answer is the only one there is. There's only one God, and people don't want to say that. It's not politically correct. It's not religiously correct. You should, supposedly allow anybody to have all the gods they want. It's like, well, but if it's not true, why would you want to do that? Why wouldn't you instead want the truth? And the what kind of God answer is the only God there is. So it's important to know that God. And ask Him the questions. And know that He loved you enough. There's no question that He loved you. He loved you enough to die for you. And so that's not in question. His power is not in question. If He could raise the dead and create all of this incredible earth that we're on, it's not in question. So the question is, why hasn't He come back yet and stopped all this mess? And that's because He's waiting. He is waiting for the last person who's going to come to Him to come to Him. And in the meantime, there will be suffering in this world. And that's just the way it is. And He doesn't like it, but He's waiting. And in the meantime, we see the good of mankind that comes from the heart of God, where people are willing to die for each other. And we're seeing that only when it's a life and death situation, and you see people actually do that. And that's what we're seeing right now. I love the way this weekend banner goes across here. That's one of my favorite things to do when I'm planning. And I forgot that we have one more, what am I trying to say? Full box that we can use up here all the way. And so we're going to, there we go. And then we are going to, whoops, that's not quite straight. Hey, y'all, everything I'm doing, nothing's, that was a big, huge, whatever that was. Not belch, really. What was that? I don't know. Oh. Okay, so this is really hard now because it got a curl detail. Okay, so this is where this gets so tedious that I'm not enjoying it right now. I have to admit to you, and I would say push through those moments when it's not fun until it gets back to fun again. Sort of like when you're scrapbooking or anything else, there's moments where it's just kind of difficult. But then when you're finished and it's a beautiful layout and you enjoy it all week when you're using it, it's worth it. Okay, and then I'm going to put, I'm probably going to put a piece over this because I'm going to use this little tiny piece right here. I want to have my scripture of the week up here. And I will use one of these kind of tiny pieces to kind of cap off the top of the page. Just so I can make sure I covered everything, but I have a funny feeling it's not going to work very good as far as lining up the whole page. Yeah, it didn't. That's okay, because I'm going to use the next piece up. The next skinny piece. Maybe a little bigger. Nope, I'm going to use the skinny piece. Right there. And then what I'll end up doing, you guys, when you do that, what you can do is line up your next box. It'll kind of bring all that together. And I'll show you what I mean in just a second. Do something to bring this that is not lined up, it's not straight, it's not even the same pattern, but it kind of covered up the space. Then use something like this, and that's what I'm going to use. I think I'm going to even use the green, since we've used every other color, to give you your kind of little box back. And that is where I'm going to put my scripture of the week, to be honest. It's Matthew. I'm with you always. I'm not crazy about the way that ended up, but it's okay. It's okay. Not every one of them are going to be absolutely perfect. Okay?